Welcome to the semi-finals match of the Minecraft Education Esports League. Very excited about this match. We have two wonderful teams playing today. We have Anglo-American School of Sofia on the blue side, and we have UHS. On the red side, the game is about to start. All teams are ready, and we have 20-second countdown for both teams to start playing. Woohoo, wonderful. We made it to the semi-final. This is the final game. This final semi-final game, sorry. It's not the final game yet. It's the semi-final game which will determine who will play Frankfurt International School in the finals and who will play the Nova School for the game, for the third match. Both teams played really hard. I don't have the tournament bracket in front of me, but I think both teams barely lost a match in the tournament in the stage in the group stage. Anyways, we are gonna get started. We're gonna jump into the game. This is game 1. This is best of 3, and both teams are on the field. We can see how coordinated the teams are. We can see red team players started mining their base right off the bat. We can see 2 blocks taking down, arrow being shot at the blue players. I've noticed one player of the blue team is building a chest. That has happened before. We've seen that this strategy by the AAS. We don't know yet where it leads to, but this is definitely one of the strategies they have, where one player would place a chest outside and then something's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen, but this is definitely something, a strata by their team. In the meantime, we can see red team, one of the players decides to reinforce their flag. Cobblestone is put in place together with the cobweb. Red team is playing pretty defensively. A blue player has taken up a high ground on the tower, trying to see what is happening. They're under attack right now. They take a good shot. They knock back a player from the red side. You can see another player at the far ground at the far near the pillager outpost, and it looks like the AAS decides to commit to the pillager. The Vindicator has been taken down, and if you played Capture the Flag before, you know how hard it is to capture the pillager outpost because Vindicators deal so much damage. So it might take several attempts. We'll see how much time it's going to take for the AAS to capture the pillager outpost. They now have the crossbow, and they're able to deal lots of damage to the pillagers and Vindicators. Pillagers are not so much the problem. The Vindicators are the real pain. So we're going to sneak at player 14 and see how much time it will take them to get the pillager outpost. But this is probably the first time we see that a team is really committed to taking the pillager outpost. I think the red team got a hunch that something is happening at the outpost. One player was there. I think he's been taken down. The score is still 0-0. Nothing much is happening. The blue player is still, the AAS player is still on one of the towers. This is a really good position. This is the reason why those 2 towers are here. They enable a player to get a little bit of an angle on the front side, and basically essentially just cause a threat, I'll say, because you can see the red team has to respawn, and we can see the player is taking hits, and he now has to crouch to regenerate some health. Let's have a look at player 14. They're trying to regenerate health. They haven't cleared, or did they? Now the pillager is still there. I think they're fighting the Vindicator now, and it looks like the Vindicator is going to be taken down. They're trying to be really careful, and it takes a lot of patience and perseverance to fight the pillager's outpost. It's going to be, the pillager's outpost will be nerfed down in the next patch, but it still takes a lot of time. The player 14 understands that it's taking a little bit more time. They decided to retreat back to their base. The AAS flag has been reinforced as well. Pretty standard setup with bedrock. They decided not to get rid of the... I wonder what is happening here. Okay. Oh, sorry. The red player has been able to capture the flag. I was just wondering what is happening there. Why the block's been destroyed? And apparently the red player has been sneaking, because I didn't see his name, so that means he was crouching. That's why he's invisible to other players. We can see player 4, and they actually have no information as to where the red flag is because the player was crouching. Now the red player is taking a really long route, making sure that they can make it back to their base. The UHS captured the first flag pretty skillfully. There was no alarm bells ringing on the blue team side. There was no one actually paying attention to the flag, and this is an easy point given that this is the beginning of the game, and this is the first point for the red team. UHS, wonderful, well done guys, great job, first point, congrats on that. I mean, in the game of this capacity and the semifinals, 1 point can spell the victory in the match. But this is best of 3, so even if one team loses in this match, they still have a chance to come back in the second. So come see an iron helmet being worn by one of the players from the AAS. I'm not sure where they got the resources to craft that. And we can see a really rapid attack player. 7 is now building. He's getting the high ground. 15 minutes left on the clock. He got spotted. He goes way too high, and he got eliminated right away because this area right here is protected. You cannot really go too close to the spawn, and we can see lava, the bucket of lava here. So apparently they had a plan to maybe spill lava on the spawn point, but you cannot really get to the spawn point close enough because this area is protected, and it hasn't been added in the just recently. It has always been like that. So you got to be careful when you move to the spawn area too close. You get eliminated right away, and that is the purpose. The purpose of that is to protect the spawn area, making sure that players can make it from the lobby onto the playing field uninterrupted, so there's nothing stopping them to do that. I know in the previous match, the Frankfurt International School, somehow they found a way to set it on fire. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe they find a exact spot where they can do that, but they managed to do that even though they died at the end. The player who was doing that, he was taken down. A little skirmish is happening here. AAS player has taken down. I'm not sure we're going to see any diamond or iron armor or swords in this game because it looks like none of the teams have gone mining. We can see 4 to 5 players on the right side, meaning that no one is missing, though. I can't be misleading. I can't be mistaken. Maybe some of the players did go mining, though it's not really obvious. Normally when players play, when teams play that like this defensively, it means that one of the players has gone mining. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the reason red team kind of playing really defensively. We can see 1 player over there. We can see 2, 3, 4. Listen, maybe UHS went mining because I don't see the 5th player. Player 11 managed to get to the front gate. He knocked back one of the players, and now he's fighting player 24 who's carrying iron sword. The fight is happening. Player 11 understands that his chances of getting out is really dim because player 24 it's an iron sword that has been dropped by one of the players, one of the AS players who try to get to the tower. All right, let's move to the AS Sofia and see what is happening here. A little team fight is about to happen. 3 players are zeroing down on red player minus UHS player. It's now 3 versus 3. It's 3 on 4 actually. AS decides to take the right hand side of the map. The Pillagers outpost has been defeated by AS. Let's quickly, I don't think I will have enough time to see what the loot is, but the player, I mean, he didn't die once because I haven't seen any messages that a Vindicator or a Pillager kills the player, so that's their reward. They're now wearing iron armor and iron sword. They also have pillar and the pearls, and we saw in the match with Frankfurt International School how the pearls, how powerful they could be. You can essentially throw the pearl and then teleport instantly. Now the resource sharing is taking place, so they're making sure that not only 1 player, and these are the things that I was talking about, the ender pearls. Player 14 now has the ender pearls, so let's quickly see what the team has. They now have a stockage of stone swords, but they didn't place anything special in this chest, understanding that other team can get in. All right, so blue team is kind of in offense mode right now. We can see that the game is happening on this side of the map now. We can see 1 player is chipping away the wall. That will give them easy access to the basement of the castle, and that's the really vulnerable point. Once the team is there, it's really hard to track them, especially if they're sneaking. It's really hard to tell where they're on. There's several exits in the castle, so. This is one of the things that the UHS needs to take care of, making sure that they know where, when the AS enters their base, they know that something is happening. Though, as you can see now, the AS actually sneaking and oh no, they got spotted. Player 11 is now Now he got spotted. I'll take it back. Oops, sorry. Sorry, let me actually... I've taken... It shouldn't be here. Let me throw it away. I accidentally pick up the axe from the player who got slain, so apologies. Hopefully I did not interfere too much. All right, let me actually drop this. I think I also picked it up. All right, we haven't seen AAS using the loot that they got from the Pillagers Outpost yet. We haven't seen Ender Pearls, though. It's quite easy. I could imagine you can pretty much get to this tower, throw the Ender Pearl to this roof, and then... Oh, what is that? Is it the diamond sword? It is. It's a diamond sword worn by UHS player. I wonder where they got it from. We can see Ender Pearl being used by the blue players. And now, what is that? What's this thing? Oh, underwater fight is happening. Ooh, look at that. We've never had underwater fight. Now, player 23 is ready to take on both players. Oh, what is happening here? I think we are losing connection. Are we? Looks like it. Yeah, we lost connection and... I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. We all got disconnected from the server. Let's see if we can reconnect, but that hasn't happened before. Try to reconnect. Okay, we are back. A little problem happened, so just waiting for... Well, hopefully we can continue. So I'm just checking that the blue team is there. The red team. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, this is another thing we need to add to the next patch, ability to pause the game. All right, it looks like we are... Okay. Good, we are ready to start, and this is gonna be a 10-minute game. Not the 10-minute game, we are continuing the game that we started previously. So there's a little mishap with the server, and now we're back. Not to the same state, but as much as we can. So UHS has 1 point. This is where we ended. We have, well, blue team captured the pillagers outpost, but the red team also had a diamond sword. So I think it's nearly as close as we can be to the beginning. So we're gonna end at the 10-minute mark. So when there's an announcement that 10 minutes left, this is where we end the match. Yeah, and also if it's a draw at the 10-minute mark, we're gonna give another 5 minutes of additional time. Okay, sorry, we are back. Yeah, this is frustrating, right? The server disconnects. Apparently, not all the players got disconnected. Only one team, maybe two. Anyways, we're back. We are back. That's good. That's good. We are back. We are up and running. The live stream is running as well, so we are good. So let's see what's going to happen. This is interesting. This is a 10-minute match. We're going to end a 10-minute mark. If it's a draw, we will have 5 minutes of additional time, so leading us to the 5-minute mark. And then if it's a draw at 5-minute mark, we will look at the frag count. Those, red team 6, blue team 8. Whoever has the higher frag count will win the game. A little team fight is happening. Blue team is taking down all right, staircase has been built up by the blue team, as Sofia now has an easy access by the means of this staircase. The blue player is taking down one more time. The UHS demonstrates incredible skills in one-on-one. They continuously eliminate blue team players one by one. So it's really hard to engage with them in a one-on-one fight. Most of the time, at least what I've seen, they dominate the little skirmishes. All right, the pillagers outpost, something is up. It has been taken one more time. The AAS, sorry, I missed that. I turned off my interface and I missed that. Okay, we have golden sword, a couple of pearls, golden ingot, pretty good stuff for the AAS Sofia, and they're gonna be met with their 2 red players. One of them is taking down. That's actually pretty good for the UHS to respond to the fact that the pillagers outpost has been defeated. It's good because most of the time players are on low health, but it's interesting that they've been able, the AAS Sofia, they were able to take down or capture the pillagers outpost so quickly. They haven't been slain by the Vindicators, which makes me wonder, maybe it is not OP after all. I was thinking that let's let's get back into the field. The AAS is down 1 point, and remind you, this is not a 20-minute mark game, it's a 10-minute mark. So once we have the 10-minute remaining announcement, that's it. This is where this round is over. So now with the AAS, Sofia has captured the Pillager outpost. They need to leverage this advantage and try to get the point back, the point that they lost at the beginning of the game, when the point was very skillfully taken by one of the players. The skillful are killed by the AAS team. It's 2-on-2 skirmish. The player 14 is now wearing a golden helmet, and the red player is taken down as well. The blue team decides to retreat. They must be on low health. Player 4 decides to retreat back. Player 14 has a crossbow that they earned while they were taking down Pillager outpost, and it's a really powerful weapon. I think it's one or two shots and that's it, but I don't think they have arrows. Oh, they do. Blue team captures the flag in 5 minutes remaining. As Sofia captured the flag, and now they're carrying the flag back. I think they're in the basement of the castle. I think this is why they were. This is where they got away. I think this is where they got in, but they got spotted by player 23, and I think player 14 is the player who is carrying the flag. We didn't see the fight, but yeah, the flag was returned. I'm not sure how they got in and why Sofia were not able to get out. Player 20 or player 7 is carrying the Pearl, and I think those two players, 14 and 7, the reason they are retreating back is because they're carrying this valuable stuff that they earned in the Pillager outpost. UHS probably know about that. They're trying to take those players down. Player 7, player 14 trying to stick together. They have Ender Pearls, player 14 also carrying additional armor. So they have this little bit of tankiness to them, so they can take more damage, more arrow shots, and more hits. So they are taking lots of heat on themselves. UHS plays pretty defensively, and I think they realize they don't need to score more points. We're only 5 minutes left, and they are leading 1 point. That's pretty much enough. And AS Sofia, the blue team was able to capture the flag once, but they're not able to get it back. And to be honest, the team seems to be a little bit, I'm not saying disorganized, but it looks like the AS does not understand the urgency of the situation. They're down 1 point. To be able to win this round, they at least need to get a tie by the end of the 10-minute mark to get into the additional time, because right now they are pushing hard on the red team, but the red team plays really tenaciously. Player 14, let's try to go from this angle and see what's going to happen here. Player 14 is the player who's carrying the Ender Pearls. They also have the Enchanted Axe, and then the Pillager outpost is going to spawn in 10 minutes. I'm going to take back the words that I just said a couple of minutes ago, and the player is taken down with a headshot, and look at this. The Ender Pearl is being thrown, and the blue player, player 7, oh no, this is a really bad timing. They captured the flag, they threw the Ender Pearl, but the Ender Pearl, I think it didn't have time to land, and it was just a split second really. Had the Pearl landed on their field, on their base, they would have been instantly teleported, but they took too much damage, and now AAS Sofia is a little bit behind. They are behind 1 point, but also they lost this advantage. Now UHS in the possession of all this stuff that the blue team has earned really as a result of hard work at the Pillager outpost, and you can tell that the little skirmish is happening here. The blue player takes down one player. He didn't take another one, and now everything that the blue team earned at the Pillager outpost is now at the disposal of the red team. The Ender Pearls and also the iron armor. I think it was a golden helmet as well. So this is a really tough position for the blue team. They had this lead in terms of loot and equipment before, but now that they lost it, I don't see how they will be able to get in. The base is pretty much reinforced. You can get from the front, and the blue team decides to attack one more time. They don't have a lot of time, so they try to follow player 11. I think this is how they got to the so player 7 and player 14. This is just me. Don't be afraid. If you don't see anybody here at the steps, just know that's me. Like, he got spotted by player 24. Will lead the fight. Will follow the fight in the basement of the castle. they got spotted and they got hit, and another player 11 is taken down as well. Player 24 is wearing this exact armor chest plate that the blue player dropped when they got hit right there. I still remember that. It was like explosion of loot. And this is also another thing that players should consider when they take down pillaged outpost. They need to probably share the loot. The blue player is there, but you can see player 25, player 23, they're not heavily geared, but they definitely outgear any player from the AAS Sofia because merely of the fact that they're wearing chest plate, they have a golden sword, and you need to have at least 3 players, 3-on-1 situation here to be able to take them down. We can see all 5 players from the UHS playing defensively. They realize there are only 3 to 2 minutes left in the game. They're leading 1 point. And remember what I said at the beginning of the game, this 1 point could be a decisive point. It's at this level of the game, it's like soccer. You don't need 10 minutes remaining. That's the end. That's GG. That's GG. We agreed on that. This is a 10-minute mark. What am I doing? All right. Red wins round 1. Okay, let me just stop it right now so there's no confusion. So it's 0-2 for UHS. Sorry, it's 1 for the UHS, the point that they earned in the first Herzlia, the point that they earned before we got disconnected, and now we started with their 1 point, and now we had a 10-minute game, and I think it was won fair and square. So we're gonna take a really short break, and then we'll move into the game 2, where AAS Sofia will have a chance to get their victory back. So stay tuned, we're gonna be back. Okay, final preparations before the game 2. Game 2 is here. We are finally ready. Both teams are here. I've been giving heads up, green lights by both teams, and we are into the game 2. We've switched sides, as you can see. Sofia is now on the red side, and the UHS is now on the blue side. So let's see if that makes any difference in how the match will unfold. The match begins, 20 minutes remaining. AS is on the red side, with UHS being on the blue side. One game is between the UHS and their seat in the finals of the Spring League. AS, on the other hand, needs to win 2 games to be able to secure the point. What's that? What's this mark? Probably it's part of the scheme. Anyways, let's get back to the game. AS plays very aggressively this time. We've seen 2 players attacking the base from the right-hand side. Sort of like a rush strategy from the very get-go. I think there are also attack happening on the left-hand side of the map as well. Oh, no. Take it back. So I've just learned that some players from the AAS Sofia have been practicing taking down or capturing pillagers at outposts. So apparently they have a designated player who knows how to take pillagers at outposts without falling down while doing that. So player 14 is apparently the player who is being assigned the task of taking down the pillager outpost, and you can see how meticulous they are. They are trying to spot the Vindicator and then take him down. this is how they wonderful. Look at that. They haven't been hit by Vindicator once, and player 25 is there. They understand that player 14 is taking Pillager Outpost, and now we have C2 players fighting for the Pillager Outpost. Player 4 is there. Player 14, let's see who is going to prevail. Oh, player 4 has been reinforced. So now we have 2 players taking down the Pillager Outpost. UHS, the blue team now, send another player to help out, and player 14 is there. The first floor has been cleared, and now they are moving up to the second floor. Look how easy it is. Like, you've seen this before, where it took multiple attempts by the players to take down the Vindicators. Those are really tough ones, right? But player 14 demonstrates that it's not really hard. He clears floor by floor, and now it's only one floor that is left. The top floor, 1 Vindicator and 1 Pillager, and I've spotted a blue player here somewhere. Anyways, I'm just trying to see what the loot. Yeah, player 7 is there. I'm not sure why there. I think they're trying to help out from the hill. Not really. So the Vindicator is there. One hit from the Vindicator. You're down 1 point. Yeah, there's a reinforcement from player 7 is there. And Vindicator is taken down. And let's see. We have pretty much the same. We've received the same loot multiple times. Quite a few Ender Pearls. Golden Sword, Helmet, Potion as well. Let me put it back. Inventory. Well done by player 14. Bravo. That was really, really masterful work. Like within 3 minutes, I think, 4 to 3 minutes, they cleared the entire pillager outpost from floor to top without falling once. That makes me reconsider my decision to change the pillager outpost. I think it's well balanced, really. I mean, one player can take it with no problem. So player 14 drop everything to player 8. Apparently that's the team captain. Not sure why is that happening. Player AAS team is now, again, they are ahead. So they nail down pillager outpost. The question is, the big question mark is whether first they can save it and not lose it as they did in the previous match. Whether or not they learn their mistakes and whether they can be more careful and, you know, playing with this valuable. And it looks like they are. It looks like player 14 understands they are on low health and they need to retreat. Now players are pushing hard from the right hand side. They are now at the footsteps of the base. They have Ender Pearls. They have pickaxe. We can see player 11 is just walking around. Player 23 takes a really high ground position. They're bowing down. Player 14 retreats to... just look at that. The front door has been demolished. Player 14 takes down... the flag is captured now. Player 14, they're carrying the flag and there's nothing stopping them. This is going to be the first point for the Anglo-American School of Sofia. There's no one challenging player 14, and this is exactly how the door has been destroyed as the player 14 tries to score the point, and that's the first point for the red team, for the Anglo-American School of Sofia. Wonderful. I think the door has been placed back, and now everything looks nice and tidy. Well done. As we saw in the first game, 1 point can be the point that you need to win, because at this level of the game, like I said, it's like in soccer. It's really hard to take a point, and once you have it, once you have this lead, you kind of step back a little bit and ask yourself a question: do we want to take more points just to secure our position, or do we want to defend? And it looks like AAS is in the position where they need to score another 2 more points just to make sure that their victory here is secured. And this is exactly what is happening. Player 4, be careful, please. I think we agree that this is against the rules to place lava. Let me just quickly change that. Oh man, how do I do that? I've never done it before. We agreed that this is not legal, so... Man. Can anyone tell me how to fix that? I know you can stop lava. I'm not sure how to do that. So let's start with water. Yes. Yes. Water is good. So let me just change that to sponge. Again, the reason I'm doing that, we agreed that this is not a legal strategy to place lava on the spawn point, because essentially it ruins the game. It's a glitch that will be fixed, but for now, I talked with them with the... Oh my god, look what I did. Let me fix that. Okay. Is it good now? Yep. Okay. Sorry, this is what happens when you kind of break the rules. I mean, you can set the base on fire, but you cannot place lava here. You cannot do that, okay? This is not legal. You cannot place the lava on the spawn. We have a little miscommunication, sorry. Okay, let's take a break. not the easiest match ever. Okay, give me a sec. Ability, mates, player. Fun, true. Okay. All right. Now in, yes, we are in. Whew. Yeah, listen, this is awkward, I would say, because yeah, see, some of the things they could be part of the strategy, but it's tough call. Can you actually do that? Can you place lava on the spawn? I mean, we've seen a team basically destroying the floor here, which essentially results in players being spawned and they essentially drop and lose portion of their health. But that could be fixed, right? You can recreate or rebuild the floor, which did happen. But when it's lava, then you die instantly. So, and it's my fault as well, because I didn't make it clear for the teams that it's not illegal. So I'll take the blame for that. Okay, I'm sorry for the teams. Sorry for whoever is taking place that we have to restart it all over again. We'll be more careful next time with what can be done and cannot. Anyways, this is just to clarify for everybody. This is the second game. We are in the best of 3. Okay, so this is the second game. AAS wins this. We are in a tie, and we will need to schedule the third game. Not happening today because we are running over time already. If UHS wins this, that's it. We call it a night, and the match is finished. So the stakes are really high, and hopefully the game will proceed smoothly. We won't see any, we won't be disconnected. We won't be seeing lava on spawn, and we will be able to enjoy the game. But listen, this is a process, right? This is what the game is about. You learn, you do things, and then you regroup one more time. Player 14 and player 8, again, AS is the third time they're going to capture Pillager Outpost for the third time. And I wonder why UHS does nothing to stop them. I mean, it's pretty clear. You can see it from the tower. And yeah, finally, a UHS decides to respond to the AAS strategy of capturing Pillager Outpost. I think the players who are capturing, they are very vulnerable. They are on low health, and Student 25 takes the advantage though. He takes down one player, and now he tried to take down player 14. But even that, even though they did not kill both players, they still slowed them down, I think, because Student 14 though, no, they didn't slow them down a bit. Student 14, I think they got their routine to the point. They know exactly where to go, how to make sure that they don't take any hits. The blue team captures the point. This is the UHS. They capture the point, and they are now somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. That's the player who is carrying the flag. So let's try to follow them. Player 26. We don't see particles, but this is the player who's carrying the flag. They are now met with 2 players. They understand this is a really tough place for them to be. They need some backup. They need backup from their team. They're now building up. Player 8, Pillager Outpost at the meantime is been captured by the AAS Moscow, AAS Sofia. We are not there because we are trying to follow player 26. This is the player who's carrying the flag. And this is the player who's going. This is probably the wrong route to take because they're not able to. Well, they certainly can, but it's going to take them time. This is a really vulnerable point for player 26. They're on low health, and they decide to go through the second floor, and all it takes is just one jump, and that's it. Point for UHS. Well done, guys. Very smart call for the player to get back here. Once the player saw that there are 2 red players, they decided to get back. All right. So UHS, the AAS Sofia has been rewarded with very precious loot this time. And for those of you who don't know how the Pillager Outpost works, the spawn is really random. And as you can see now, they've been rewarded with the diamond sword and iron chest plate and iron leggings. So this could mean a difference in a team fight. This could be a difference in one-on-one situation, though player 14 needs to be a little bit more careful and cautious as they try to run around the map. They also, I think they either use the potion or this is the Pillager Outpost curse. 15 minutes remaining with 1 point lead from the UHS and the Pillager Outpost from the AAS Sofia. I wonder if they can use our Ender Pearls else skillfully as players from the Frankfurt International School. Let's try to follow the teams here to see where this leaves us. I'm especially interested in the player who is carrying. I'm trying not to interfere with the game process. Nothing much is happening here. The passage was blocked, by the way, so it's not an easy way to get there. Let's try. The base has been set on fire. Player 23 is trying to fight back player 14. Player 14 is carrying the diamond sword. They have to be really careful. This is if I were if I were red team, I would just tag along player 14 just to make sure that there's always someone, a teammate next to player 14 in case player 14 is taken down by a bow, or if the blue team decides to gang on him. Just to make sure, because Diamond Sword is a huge resource, deals tons of damage, and if you're not protected, maybe a couple of hits. Player 14 captures the flag. They have a pickaxe. They're breaking cobweb. They have a pickaxe as well. Player 14 is now chased down by a player, but this is not enough. 1 hit is down. 2 hits are down. That was wonderful. That was 2 hits, but this is exactly something I was referring to. Once the player has iron chest plate and iron leggings, it's really hard. Oh, the red team scores the point as well. It's now a tie. Though player 14 and player 17 now, they have 2 sets of iron armor. They even have an iron sword, iron helmet. Let's see what's inside the chest. Nothing much. So player 14, player 77, those are the players who were capturing Pillager Outpost. They must have used iron that they captured there to craft armor for another player. And now they have 2 almost fully geared players on the field. The base is on fire as well, which is a legal strategy. Let's establish that. Setting the base on fire is entirely legal. It does not interfere with the game process. You can still spawn. It's a little bit harder to get down, but you can still spawn. So that's legal. You can stop the fire if you want to. The Pillager Outpost spawns in 1 minute, so that could signal for AAS Sofia to try to capture one more time. I think oh, look at that. The player is taking down. Player 14 is just demolishes blue players with the diamond sword. The player 25 is left alone to hold the fort, and now the flag has been captured one more time. This is going to be the 2nd point for the AAS Sofia, and the things are looking good for the red team. They have 2 fully geared guys. They have a diamond sword. The Pillager Outpost will spawn in 1 minute, and if they can capture Pillager Outpost with just a wooden sword and 1 player, it is safe to say they're going to capture Pillager Outpost one more time now that they have a diamond sword and an iron chest plate. So things are looking good for them. Whether or not UHS will be able to come back and somehow find a way to, first of all, stop this happening, because what happens is it's really easy to snowball. Once you have this gear, you just keep scoring points and not giving the opposing team a chance to craft some materials, because on one hand you want to craft something to fight back, but at the same time you cannot leave your base exposed. So it's a really tough situation. The UHS now works under a lot of pressure. Just want you to imagine for a second how stressful it is. Know that your base is on fire, you're down 1 point, you have players, you pretty much the integrity of your base is entirely destroyed. You can get into the base through this opening. You can get right here. At the same time, I think they also know at the back of their mind, at the back of their head, that AAS now is capturing the Pillager outpost. Player 14, that's the player. So we'll get back to Pillager outpost a little bit later to see what the loot is. I haven't seen red team using ender pearls quite effectively. You do get them when you get the Pillager outpost. This is a really good position to be in. This player understands the only way, player 25 understands the only way they can stop the players is from afar. They cannot fight them head to head because they have iron diamond swords. So player 7 right there, player 8 or player 7, they need to be fought with the help of a bow. That's the only way, because you can't fight them. I mean, 2 hits with a diamond sword and you're done. So the outpost has been defeated. I think, let's quickly check what's there. Well, it's been cleared already by player 14, but this is probably another set of diamond, another set of materials. The player 7 captures the flag. This is for the red team. The blue team, though, they don't have arrows, otherwise they would try to bow them down. Player 7, he must be on the low health because he decides not to engage. His movement is spectacular though. He's able to jump out, just not to engage in the fight, which is a really smart call. You really don't want to fight. This is not the right time to engage in a fight. Blue players are really between the rock and a hard place. Their base has been destroyed. The flag are being captured continuously by the red team, though the blue team scored the point. Just as I was saying how hard for them to come back, they do manage to score the point. They only down 1 point. This is an incredible work by the blue team. But I think the only way they can do now is just to try to outrun, because player 7 is now carrying the iron sword, and this is just 2 hits and the blue player is done. Incredible work by the UHS. They are able to work under pressure. They're able to score points. You see player 24, they're trying really hard to craft at least some. They have 1 diamond. Player 24, they have 1 diamond in the chest. So if they can have 1 more, this will be a chance for them to craft a diamond sword, and probably the flag has not been captured. It has been returned. The flag hasn't been captured. Player 14 is not carrying the flag. It's important to check. Oh, what a wonderful shot. The red team captures the flag one more time. This time it's player 7, and now the flag is indeed captured. The player is carrying the flag. And I'm afraid the UHS is slightly falling behind. They were down 1 point. Now they will be down 3 points. With only 10 minutes remaining, it's a really hard position to be in now that AAS has captured Pillager Outpost 2 times. But now they're completely dominating the game. They've just cleared everything, or they took the diamond from the chest. Probably I shouldn't have shown this in the live stream. Probably they've seen that in the live stream, otherwise they wouldn't have checked the chest. But it is what it is. Probably we should make it a rule as well that you cannot watch the live stream as you're playing, because it's not fair play. But it's not the game changer. Even if they hadn't taken this diamond, it's still a fair lead for the red team in terms of points. 5-2. 5-2. Red team scores another point, and now 6-2. The blue team rescues their flag, and now it's just non-stop capturing the flag. There's literally very little the blue team can do now. When they spawn, do they take damage from jumping? I think they do, just a little bit. But listen, I'm happy to see that the red team, the AAS Sofia, were able to win the game. I say win the game because I think it's more or less clear with 7-2. It's really hard to come back. And I'm not sure why Ender Pearls haven't been used. Do AAS Sofia know how they work? Because you can teleport instantly, you can capture the flag, throw the Ender Pearl, and essentially just teleport back to your base in a matter of a second. You could just throw the Ender Pearl and it teleport. And we've seen how skillfully we've seen the Frankfurt International School use the Ender Pearls several times, and it's just marvelous how you can instantly teleport from one place to another very safely. And that's again another point for the red team. It's now 8-2. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but the red team is gonna score another and another point. The blue team doesn't give up. I like that they try to fight back, but now they don't even have a chance to move back because the red team understands, listen, we only have 5 minutes remaining. And this is 9-2. The red team captures another flag, and this is complete dominance by the Anglo-American School of Sofia. And this is the beauty of the Pillager Outpost. This is, I think, what this game demonstrates is the power of the Pillager Outpost. This is essentially why this objective has been put in place, to allow players a source or a way to get ahead of another team. I'm just checking if we have a time for a time breaker, and I think no, we don't have a time for the time breaker. But I think it's fair to say that the AAS Sofia wins this round. I just want to talk a little bit about the Pillager Outpost, and what this game demonstrates is the capacity that the Pillager Outpost brings to the game once it's captured several times. And once you know how to capture it, it gives your team a huge lead in the game. You have access to armor, you have access to weapons. I'm just trying to talk with the coaches about the tiebreaker, because now it's 1-1. Well, it's almost 1-1. The game hasn't finished yet. But it's interesting to see how All right, 1 minute. We have to officially finish this match before we break off. Yeah, sorry, this took a lot of time today. We've had 2 disruptions. We had the disconnection first, and we have the lava on spawn. But listen, as long as we learned something from it. So what I learned today is that we definitely need to, in the next patch, in the next patch, we definitely need to include the capability to pause the game, and I know how to do that. I just didn't have time. I didn't include it into the patch, but wonderful. So the red team is the winner. Perfect. Thank you all for the game. GG. I'm very happy that everybody has been demonstrating sportsmanship, and everybody stayed. Nobody. Yeah, we need to see. We'll see each other for the last one. All right. We're gonna stop hosting now. We ran very over time, and thank you for joining us for the live stream. If you're still watching, if you are the player, yeah, I agree. Listen, we don't have the rule book yet, but I totally agree. You cannot watch the live stream, and I don't think I can increase the delay. I think it's set to the maximum, so I cannot set the delay for 1 minute. But yeah, this should be one of the. But it's fair play, right? You shouldn't watch the live stream if you are playing the game. So we will be off now, and then we will schedule the final game for the tiebreaker between the Anglo-American School of Sofia and UHS, or Herzlia School. All right, thanks for watching. We'll stop the live stream now, and hopefully we'll see each other next time for the next game. Are you still there? Why are you still there? The live stream ended. See you all. Bye-bye.